Okay, there you go. Alrighty. Okay. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're looking forward to the charm of the Amalfi Coast tour. I've been to this area before and it's just absolutely beautiful. So I think you will enjoy it. First, I want to introduce our MSU host for this tour, Eric Sturdy. He works in the College of Education. Eric, would you like to say a few words?
Great. Thank you, Regina. Eric Sturdy, Senior Director of Development and Alumni Relations for the College of Education. Been in the College of Education since 2020 and previously with the College of Nursing for the 7 years from 2013 to 2020. My wife will be joining me with on this trip, and it's my first time hosting, so appreciate your patronage on this trip, but actually I'm going to be learning as we are, not only in this space, but how to be an effective host. So you can give me some tips, let me know along the way.
Thank you, Eric. And next, I'd like to introduce Bob Carpenter. He is with AHI Travel. He's been with them for many years. He's Vice President of Sales, and I've been working with him for many years. So Bob's going to kind of review the itinerary and give you some nice tips on what to expect. So take it away, Bob.
Okay, thank you, Regina. Thank you all for being on this call today, and thank you for putting your trust in AHI to provide this wonderful travel opportunity that I can feel fairly secure and guaranteeing that you're going to absolutely love. I have been with AHI for 25 years now and have worked with Regina, I think, for all 25 of those years. Of course, she was a toddler when we started out working together, so if that explains anything. I've had the privilege of visiting this part of the world many times, and it is one of my favorite destinations. But let me tell you a little bit about AHI. We were founded in 1962 in Chicago, where our offices still are. For many years, we were family owned and operated. We still have lots of family members involved with the operation of the company. But we have about 120 employees based in Chicago now. And we work with about 150 colleges and universities all over the US and Canada, and a select number of other nonprofit organizations, including Smithsonian museums and the National Trust for Historic Preservation, which is who you will be sharing the departure with, a few of their folks. But Michigan State's got the bulk of the travelers on this particular departure, which is good. We pride ourselves on our customer service, and I hope you've experienced that. Sophia, your travel coordinator, as you've been getting ready for this departure. If there's anything that comes up last minute, feel free to contact her, and she'll be glad to help you with that. We are a tour operator that operates with fully escorted tours, meaning that once you get to Naples and you clear immigration and customs and you exit out into the arrival area at the airport there, you'll be greeted by one of our partners or one of our travel staff. They'll be holding an AHI travel sign that you'll just be looking for, and they will guide you to the motor coach to transfer you down to your hotel, the Reito. Our customer service really extends overseas to our travel directing staff. I think we have the best in the business, and most people will agree with me. Maybe my competitors don't, but most people do. And you're very fortunate to have as the lead travel director here is Mick Pluman. I think you've gotten the information on him already. He's a British guy, and despite that, he's a wonderful person. You're going to really enjoy getting to know him with his wit and his calm demeanor that can make any unsuspected circumstance that arise. You can ease that over. We don't have too many of those in Italy, but you do in other parts of the world. He is a Brit, but he's lived in Italy for many, many years and has guided and toured, travel directed for many of our programs there, including this one in Sorrento. And you can tell him I made fun of him being British. There is a little bit of a language gap there since he does speak British English, but I'm sure you'll get used to it very quickly. The Hotel Reito is beautifully situated very near the town of Amalfi, which I think is probably the most beautiful town in that stretch of the Amalfi Coast. I mean, it has, I think, the most to offer, I should say. Positano is spectacular in its own way, but it's much smaller, and Amalfi has lots more room to explore. And you're very close to that with the hotel and Hotel Reito. I checked the weather. It looks like it's going to be beautiful. I mean, it can't get much more perfect. Low 70s during the day, sunshiny, and then 60s in the evenings. I'd encourage you to wear layers because it does, they're directly by the water. It gets pretty cool in the evenings and the mornings. But I don't think you're going to have to worry about bringing an overcoat. It's a spectacular time to be in the Amalfi Coast. You are going to be doing a good bit of walking. So especially in Pompeii and Herculaneum and Paestum, beautiful Greek ruins of Paestum. So make sure you have really good walking shoes that can handle the cobblestones and some of the uneven terrain, especially in Pompeii and Herculaneum. You're going to a European country that has the euro as its currency, so you don't need a whole lot of American dollars. What I would suggest is that you wait until you get to Italy and get some money for spending money over there out of an ATM. That's the best way that you can, way to get your best exchange rate is going through the ATMs. We recommend $100, $200. I find usually if I get out about 200 euros, that is sufficient for a week travel around for little amenities, food and drinks, stuff like that. But you are in an area where ATMs are readily available, so you'll be able to access cash pretty much anytime you will need it. You do need, or I would encourage you, unless you've traveled internationally several times recently, to contact your bank and let them know that you're going to be abroad and you would be using your credit cards or your debit card internationally. Just a simple phone call, or you can do it online as well. The exchange rate for the euro and the dollar is really good right now. It's like 92 cents US cents to one euro. It's a really good exchange rate. So your money should go fairly far compared to some other years. Credit cards are widely accepted pretty much everywhere for whatever it is you want to purchase. American Express, not so much. Visa and MasterCard are the way to go, especially for the smaller shops who don't want to pay the higher fees for American Express. Tipping, all the tips for our guides that'll be taking you around to the various locations, for the drivers, for the motor coaches, the transfers, the porterage, all the guys that handle your luggage, and the wait staff for all the included meals. All those tips are already included in your package, so you don't have to worry about that. We do say that tipping our travel director, Mick, is completely up to your discretion. But if you do, at the end of the week with him, feel that he is in line for a tip, the recommendation is about $5 to $10 per person per day. Again, completely up to your discretion, as is the gratuities for the hotel staff if you feel like leaving anything for them. Before you leave for the airport, please make sure that you have our after hours number in your phone, just in case there's any irregularities, as the airlines like to call them, on your way to Naples. Make sure your bags are checked all the way to NAP, Naples. I would recommend when you do check in at the airport to go ahead and ask for some paper boarding passes, not to just rely on your phone for that. It's my little security blanket, just to have those with me and navigate the various airports. And speaking of phones, you will most probably want to have, service while you're there. So check with your carrier There's various plans available. AT&T, I think, has a per day one. T-Mobile is all over Europe if you have T-Mobile, and it's pretty much just the same service that you receive here, except for I think it's a little higher rate for actual phone calls. I would encourage you to get the airline app for whatever airline that you're going to be on. So it'd keep you up to date if there's any irregularities. And you could also probably check the progress of your luggage by those apps. I just had an instance where I did not get my luggage coming back into the country for about a day or so. I never have bought those air tags. I should probably go ahead and invest in one of those, but I know a lot of our travelers do that now, and it is a level of comfort there to be able to see on your phone where that bag is, if in fact it doesn't make a connection. So they're not particularly expensive. You just put them in your luggage and you can track them by your cell phone. This is a beautiful trip. It's an easy trip. I don't have a whole lot of other recommendations for this one. And Regina and I did one for the Egypt and the Treasures of the Nile program yesterday, and there's a lot more to talk about there. But this one, it's pretty easy. You're just going to have a wonderful time. We've been working with our ground operator there for almost 40 years, and it's just a big family operation, and you're going to really enjoy getting to know them as well as our travel director, Mick. So, questions for me? Concerns? Anything else that I could address?
Bob, it looks like there's a couple of questions. What do you recommend for getting euros after arrival at the Naples airport? So you touched on that a little bit.
Yeah, the Naples airport is very small and crowded. And if you want to ask the residents of Naples, they will complain loudly about how all the money stays up north in the country and they don't send enough of it down south. The arrival area is very crowded. I don't think there is, well, no, I take that back. There is an ATM machine there. So you could get your euros there at the ATM machine. Just ask the person meeting the group where that is, and they'll direct you to it.
And then I would assume Mick would know where, once they're at the hotel, where to find one as well.
Yeah, I checked to see the what's available at the hotel, and I did not see ATM there. But it's as I mentioned, Amalfi Town is just right down the hill, and there's lots and lots of opportunities there as well. You really won't need euros until you're out and about the following day, so there'll be opportunity to get some.
All right, wonderful. Okay, regarding cell phone calls from my office in Maryland to me in Italy, must the caller use the country code? So if someone from the United States is calling him I would assume on your cell phone or on a cell phone, is that correct, Lee?
Yeah, you just put in how do you make a plus? Have a plus, how to make that on your phone show up. It's you go to the keypad, the typing pad, and you go push 0 until a plus comes up.
Okay.
And then you'll enter the country code. I don't know what Italy is off the top of my head.
39.
Okay, so you just put plus 39. And then the remainder of the digits for the particular. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going backwards. They're going to call your cell phone. Is that it in Italy?
Yeah, if someone from the U.S. Wants to reach me by cell phone in Italy, like my office,
they just dial it the normal way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And calling from Italy back to the U.S., do we need the country code?
Yeah, 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
+1, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, +1. Yeah.
Yes.
Plus.
Sorry.
All right. Yes, and Lee, you'll need to check with your cell phone provider regarding emails and text messages. So I personally have Verizon, and I think AT&T, they kind of have this, it's called Travel Pass. and it's $10 per day with, I think you receive 2 gigabytes of data. And it's only charged to you if you use it that particular day. So I would check with your carrier and talk with them. I usually do it right online. You can go online and just type in international travel, and it'll ask you to sign up for an international plan, and it's called Travel Pass.
Yeah, thank you. A done deal. I did that. I've got Verizon as well. So
Okay.
yeah, that's done. Thank you.
All right. So would you mind clarifying the baggage tracking device you mentioned? I know Apple has one. And I believe if you go on Amazon, there's different companies.
Yeah,
that sell them.
it's the one, I think the Apple one is called AirTags.
Yes.
And yeah, you can get them on Amazon. Yeah, it's Apple product. You get a pack of 4 on Amazon for $80.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Or
Sounds
you
good.
can get one for $29.
All right.
And then if you don't have an Apple device, there's also other versions of the AirTag that are available. I don't remember the names of them, but Bob's Blank on Amazon, you'll see a whole list of tracking devices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another
Could
thing that
probably run down to the Apple store and get one there too. Probably.
I would imagine
should
so,
they
yeah.
probably have them. Yeah. Yeah, another thing I do want to mention regarding baggage. One of the things that is a big reason why people lose their luggage or through the airport is that they have their, from a previous trip, they might have the baggage tag. Sometimes the airlines takes the tiny little baggage tag and they stick it somewhere on your bag. That's what they use. They have a little gun that lets them know where this bag is supposed to go. If you have multiple on there, they might not scan the correct one. So take a look at your luggage, make sure all the previous tags are off of them, because that's one of the big reasons why baggage gets routed incorrectly. So.
Yeah, and they hide them sometimes. I don't know why they do that. Yeah, anytime you get back from a trip, make sure you get all that stuff off your luggage.
Yes, exactly. What is the emergency number for AHI?
Emergency or after hours?
Or I'm sorry, after hour. Yes.
It was sent in your final documents, but
yeah, and I'm looking in it, but I'm not seeing it. I know I have it somewhere else. I know, but I'm not seeing it in this.
I would tell it to you off the top of my head, but then I'd probably get it wrong. So let me.
I know I have it. Let me look for it here.
Okay. 844-382-2701. It was in the final documents that we sent that had important contact information. And that's manned 24 hours a day. Not manned.
Okay. Another question. What transportation is available from the hotel to Vietra Solmar? Is that how it's pronounced?
Vietra Solmar.
Yes, where there are other restaurants.
There is, I want to say there's a shuttle bus that the hotel has, but I'm not positive of that now that I think about it. They did have that before COVID, but I'm not sure that they reinstated it. If lacking a shuttle bus, there's taxis that the hotel staff will be glad to call for you, and they get there very quickly, and it's not very expensive.
Do we have any other questions?
I don't.
Okay, good. I do want to make one other suggestion, or 2 other suggestions. Sometimes when you arrive at the say in Naples, you arrive and going through customs, if the airport is quite busy, sometimes it can get real hot in the airport. So I do recommend that you save a bottle of water. So once you get through security at, at the airport, when you're leaving, if you can grab a bottle of water, save it, put it in your bag, and then have it when you arrive, because there are times where lines can be long and the airports, sometimes they don't air condition them. So it can get real hot, and standing in line, it's good to have something to hydrate yourself with. Also too, if you have like a handheld fan, that's good to have as well. Just stick it in your bag. And there have been times this year where I've traveled that I really needed them. So it was good to have. So those are. Looks like there is another question. Are we going to, is it Myrori and Minrory? Minori? Is that how it's pronounced?
I'm not familiar. What is that, Dr. Kander?
No, they're actually towns that are close to where we're going to be staying. I just didn't know whether we were going to go to that or not.
It's not on the itinerary, but again, if it's something that you'd like to do in your free time, we could arrange travel. Mick's there as travel director. He's there to make sure that you are safe and comfortable, of course, but he's also great resource for, setting something like that up if you wanted to go that particular town.
Well,
It's
we're
not-
going to
not
be
the-
actually staying an extra day because our flight was canceled. So we had to stay another day, and I mean, it's going to be a good thing to stay another day, but we were thinking if you weren't going there, then that's what we would do on that extra day.
I mean, we might drive through there as part of the itinerary, but I don't think, we're going there to, do anything. So yeah, that might be a good thing, but Mick can certainly advise you on some other ideas. And also the question about, getting into town to, for restaurants on the evenings that you have at leisure. Mick will be glad to set stuff up like that too. If you have a group of folks that want to get together and go to a particular restaurant, he can help set that up.
Okay,
So.
thank you.
Let's see here. Is there a need for business dressier clothes?
No. I'd say that almost all of our passengers now wear relaxed casual clothes for the welcome and the farewell reception. Sometimes people dress up a little bit more, but I think they call it smart casual is how they describe it, however you'd like to interpret that. Just, not blue jeans and not shorts, I guess, but just something casual, but no, it's certainly not business attire. No, please no. You're there to enjoy.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions?
That's it.
Great. Okay. Well, if you do think of something leading up to your departure, feel free to reach out to me and I will make sure that your questions get answered. And I think now what we'll do, thank you, Bob, very much for all this information. I think what would be nice to do right now is have everyone kind of introduce themselves and say kind of what your connection to Michigan State is and what you're looking forward to on this trip. So I'm going to start with Ted. It says Ted Kinkle, but it's the two
Yes,
of
I'm a
you.
graduate of Hotel and Restaurant School at Michigan State and a master's in business in 1970. And I retired from Marriott and I retired from the United States Army. So we've never been to Italy. We do a lot of work, not a lot of work, but traveling in France. So we're just looking to have a great time. After the trip, we're going to Slovakia to see friends, and we're going to do 2 days in Rome beforehand.
Wonderful. Great. Okay, Lee.
Oh, hi, folks. So I'm from the class of 1972, I vaguely remember. And My wife Pam will be traveling with me. We live in Maryland. I'm a practicing lawyer here in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area. We live on the Chesapeake Bay on a river that leads into the Chesapeake Bay. And we've been to other regions of Italy, but not this area. So we're looking to see and learn and meet all of you nice people up close, eat and drink. And following the tour, Pam and I will be going to Rome for 5 days.
Lee, you may be my next door neighbor. Where do you live?
I live, are you the folks from Severna Park?
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
Okay. Royal Oak, Maryland, which is between St. Michael's and Oxford, Easton, and that area on the shore.
Okay, we know exactly where you are.
Great, great.
Be
Well,
nice to meet you.
right by the ferry.
Okay.
Great.
The fair, as they say, the ferry to nowhere. America's most worthless ferry is what it's called. But we see it from our backyard. And I know where you guys live too, Severna Park. So that's a great area.
Yeah, we're right on the river also.
Nice, nice.
Oh, wow, good connection there. Okay, Carol Duvall. Cheryl, are you there?
She's on mute.
She's not even on.
There I am. Okay. I'm a 1972 graduate from Michigan State. I graduated from a College of Education. I taught school here in Michigan for 30 years, and then I went to Arizona and taught 10 more years. And I have never traveled with a tour group before, so this is kind of exciting. I was really hoping, but it sounds like everybody made their travel arrangements already. I was really hoping somehow if I could connect with someone to go on a train and go to Rome for a day, but it doesn't look like that's going to be possible. But if it is, maybe someone else will jump on that bandwagon. But I have a college roommate that is going on this trip. And so as a fluke, I said, oh, gee, maybe I can go. And they said, come on aboard. So here I am.
Wonderful, thank you.
Carol, if this might interest you, Pam and I are taking a train from at the end of our tour, which I think is the 31st, from Salerno to Rome. It's a high-speed train, about an hour and a half trip, and the hotel has arranged a taxi for us that morning at 8:45. And it's pretty easy online to buy a train ticket. So you'll have company if you want some.
I did, but if you would have told me this earlier, then I could have delayed my flight out of there because now I'm, of course, scheduled to go home on October 31st. Well, actually, I'm going to Germany because that was my flight arrangement. But anyway, so yes, but I would have loved to have come through. That's what I was looking for. If someone was, just going for a day trip or something. I'm sorry I'm going to miss that part because I'll probably never get to Italy again. But anyway, we'll see. There might be someone else that's willing to take that train for a day. That was my intention, but we'll see. Thank you very much.
Are you going to do the Capri optional?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Well, I was going to
yes.
say that's a free day. You could go on that day, but if you're
No,
going
no.
to Capri.
No, I am definitely going, but there is another day that I thought was, I think, just kind of hanging by the hotel or something. I thought, well, maybe that day would be the day, so, but anyway, I mean, how can you get to Italy without seeing Rome? But anyway, I guess maybe another trip.
Prior planning.
Right, thank you, Carol. Okay, and then we have Rod and Iris Kander.
Hello there. Yes, Rod, I graduated, let me see, 1972. No, that's when I started, 75.
75.
I'm younger than what I thought I was. Yeah, my wife is Sparty by
Osmosis.
osmosis. That's correct. Yeah. Looking forward to this trip. It's going to be, we've been to Italy before, and yes, Rome is very nice, But the Amalfi Coast is gonna be a nice, relaxing vacation holiday. So we're very excited to be a part of this. Also, we live in the DMV too. We live in Northern Virginia, actually, Loudoun County, so a little further west,
Yeah.
Virginia.
Oh,
We
my
love-
great-grandfather was from Leesburg. My
Really?
great-great-grandfather was from
Really?
Leesburg.
What's your last name?
Cross, Cross.
So many cross. I've been a podiatrist in the community for 40+ years, so I know a lot of names, needless to say, but yeah. So
Yeah, he left back in, like the 1800s and came to Ohio and then Michigan, so.
okay, that's when I started Michigan State, right after that. So, okay, that sort of makes sense. Yeah. But we do like, we like being close to Maryland and the waterways. And so we've been over there quite a few times. And recently, we have a dock in the South River, which is heading right out to the Chesapeake Bay. And that is such a gorgeous part of the world. And so where you two individuals live, that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Looking forward to this trip.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you all. Just want to mention too, we do have our online directory that many of you have joined in. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the other travelers that were not able to be here today, then you can go there and check that out too. And you'll have an opportunity too to post photos throughout the tour if you can on that site. So Eric will have some information about that throughout the tour. So
I just wanted to mention one other thing too. We've traveled before with AHI with Michigan State. We went to Peru and right after COVID, actually. And I have to have a shout out to you all at AHI because kudos to you. It was just a fabulous trip.
Beautiful trip.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
AHI is actually the inventor of alumni travel. So back in '62, they began the alumni travel industry, and so they've been a wonderful partner for us, and many people do enjoy the trips with them. They do a fantastic job. So, all right.
We were the
just
first. Go ahead, Regina.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just going to brag more. I was just gonna say.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay.
We did originate an awful lot of the themes of alumni travel, river cruising in Europe. That we were the first ones to do that. And, so we've been at it a long time, and we have contacts all over the globe that really helps make our job easier and a lot of fun.
One of the things I noticed on the brochures I've gotten is that you seem to have a hotel location for a week and then you travel out from there. And I really like that being in one hotel for the entire week.
Yeah.
And I think that we've also saved a lot on cost.
Yeah, and we operate these trips week after week, and in fact, we'll do 20 different departures of this program this year in 2024. And that also benefits you all because the hotels know our groups well. They know our travel directors. They work seamlessly together. But that unpack one time concept is something we started back in the mid-90s. It's called Alumni Campus Abroad. And it just kind of exploded the alumni market. It went from kind of a afterthought of, maybe the biggest programs might have 50, 60 travelers a year, and it just ballooned, which we're very thankful for, and thankful for our association with Michigan State. It probably goes back almost to the early 60s.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. Well, thank you again, Bob, and for attending, and all of you for attending this. Just a reminder that this is being recorded, and so I will, once I edit the video, I will send that out to you on the chance that you couldn't remember what was said and want to refresh your knowledge of what happened here. So I'll be sending that out probably tomorrow. So if you have any other questions, again, feel free to reach out and we will get those answered for you. So thank you for attending and have a fantastic time. I think you will. It's such a beautiful area.
You will.
Thank you.
Tell Mick hello for me.
Hello.
We will.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.